Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time for another episode of Sekien no Inganock. Sorry for a little delay, I hope you can forgive me. And yeah, I needed just a little break. But we're back, so yeah, let's go with the story. Last time we went with Ati and Kia to see who is like in the house across the lake with the sad song. So yeah, let's go.
演奏を聞いてくれてありがとう。でも、あなたたちは誰？
Her name is Dorothy.
理由があってそうしていたんでしょ？私のオルガンを聞いたんじゃない。私に何の用なの？
She beckoned to Ati and Kia, who had been standing beside the window. She beckoned them into the room. The girl had noticed them watching. She finished her performance and poked her head out of the window.
黙って見ていないで。ここへ上がったらどうなの？
Kia gladly accepted the offer, but it didn't quite feel like the girl was happy to have guests listening to her performance. A weariness, effortfully frightened, emotionally lay in the depth of her eyes. Ati knew it all too well.
ね、私たちはただの通りすがりさ。邪魔をしたなら謝るよ。音が聞こえたから聞いていただけで、君のことは知らないよ。
そうなの。あなたはどうなの？あなたもこの人と同じことを言うの？キーヤ。私はキーヤというの。名前を言ってくれてありがとう。キーヤさん。良い名前ね。ありがとう。でも、よくある名前だわ。
Oops, should I have told her my name? The girl's gaze fell only on Kia, the girl who would introduce herself. Ati felt like she would make a mistake. She sighed on the inside.
私はドロシー。オルガン弾きのドロシー・ウッドストック。
Dorothy Woodstock. Okay.
キーヤさん、ずっと目を閉じたまま聞いていたわね。聞いていても楽しいものじゃないのに。どうして聞いていたの？綺麗な音だったから。それと、少し気になってしまって。私の気のせいならごめんなさい。でも、あなたの音は悲しく聞こえてしまったから。昨日も、
Yep.
今日も。
I think Dorothy don't want to talk about her condition now.
そう。
A faint reaction. A face as she would have been told the obvious. That aside, Ati thought, she had a noble tattoo engraved on her body. Was she a relative to an upper tier aristocrat? Noble tattoos were meant to be a special privilege of theirs. But for one of them to be down there, it was incomprehensible.
珍しいもの見ちゃった。この子、貴族崩れなんだ。
Oh, fallen aristocrat. Yeah, I was wondering, like, aristocrats were supposed to be perfect, right? They don't have like the kind of problems the lower tiers have, no diseases like that, no mutations. So yeah, that makes sense if they tried to treat her and then it went out of control and basically they've sent her down because aristocrats have to be pure. And yeah, that's how fallen aristocrat is born, I guess.
貴族なのに樹花病にかかるの？ノーブルタトゥーは偽物じゃないみたいだけど。
Was she abandoned? Thrown out from the upper tier where her vines manifested?
嫌
Yep.
な気分にさせたなら謝るわ。でも仕方ないの。あれが私の音だから。他にはもう出すことはできない。
I wonder how long it took her to adapt into like lower tier because I assumed that she was raised really like highly. And this is quite a change going to lower tiers.
そう。できないの。ええ、そう。 もうできないの。キーヤさん、 そんな顔をしないで。私の音が鈍いのは別にあなたのせいじゃない。
A slight emotion mixed into her words.
でも驚いたわ。感想を言ってくれたのはあなたが初めて。まともな聞いたままの感想はね。最初どこの不審者かと思ったけれど、あなたは違うみたい。あなた音楽が好きなの？キーヤさん。うん、はい、好き。あなたの綺麗な音好きだわ。
I think this is the only music she heard. At least this is what we like got from our perspective.
悲しいところ以外？ええ、悲しく聞こえるのは悲しいから。そう感じる？とても悲しさがわかる。そう。
Her gaze fell onto the floor. Ah, so that's it, Ati thought. That girl's emotion had sunk deeply, just like many other hosts who'd lost all that was precious to them. Even so, she hadn't given up. She was still playing the organ. Ati was convinced that she wasn't doing it just to kill time or to take her mind off things. The reason why she played. She said that she had been playing yesterday. The reason why she kept playing. She can't give up. She can't give up on playing her sound.
聞いても笑わないでね、キーヤさん。おかしな話をするけれど。笑わないわ。うん。私ね、盛況の音楽家たちの曲が好き。大好きだったの。彼らの曲。ダイバッハ、モーツァルト、ハイドン。
And now you can't hear them anymore. Because they don't have that kind of stuff in lower tiers.
感情や物語が旋律の中に込められていて、私は夢中になって。
Also, that proves that this world is kinda connected to the real world, like we're in, because it's all like real names. So this is like dystopian steampunk game that its universe is like maybe in the future. I don't know if we had like date. If you're like watching this part, then let me know if we know the date of these events. What's a year in this novel? I think we didn't get this. There no yeah.
いつか私もできればいいなって。彼らのようにいろんな感情を込めて。だから嬉しいわ。あなたに私の何かが伝わってくれて。
Her sadness, it certainly would be conveyed to a listener.
嫌な思いをさせてごめんなさい。それでも私は嬉しいの。新しい盛況の曲にはもう出会えない。それでもあなた一人は私のオルガンで何かを感じてくれた。嬉しいわ。ありがとう、キーヤさん。ドロシー、私は何もしていないの。あなたは嬉しいと言うけど、でもここが苦しくなる。
Kia put her hand against her small chest and continued to stare at Dorothy.
あなたの弾くものは好きよ。でも昨日と今日以外のものも聴きたい。あなたはこんなに綺麗な曲を弾けるのに、何がそんなに悲しいの？教えて、ドロシー。
Kia, she doesn't know. She didn't know the meaning behind the darkness wrapped around this girl's limbs. Death in the form of arborities. At that death, there was no longer any point in giving her artificial limbs. It was already making lethal changes to her very nature. Mysteriously enough, she hadn't been killed yet. The room's owner must have concealed her well. That, or he had some kind of connection. A deep arborist host. Normally she would have been executed under city law. It was incredibly rare for someone to survive this long while evading a death sentence at the hands of the upper tier soldiers. Well, shit! I didn't expect that the disease can lead to being sentenced to death. What the fuck? And what's the true nature of this? Is she like going to rampage and like strangling people around? I knew she wasn't contagious at this stage, but she still didn't want to get any closer to the girl. She couldn't get any closer. Okay, so this is basically contagious, and you don't want person like that in this society, being around. So that's why the death sentence is like on them, because they would probably hide it. And if this is contagious, and this is like really contagious, we don't know, but I guess it is, and it would just spread and kill like half of the population slowly.
キーヤさん、あなたはきっと幸せに生きてきたのね。
Or even all the population, because I don't think you can stop something like that. Oh, no, you can, because she mentioned that you can give artificial limbs. So whenever you find a new case, you just take off the limbs and give the artificial ones, I guess. That would suck for society. I don't think they have like that many parts.
見て、私の腕、私の体、絡みつくツタ。見えるわ。これは終わりの印。すべて終わらせてしまう。会えてよかった、キーヤさん。本当に聞いてくれてありがとう。また聞きに来るわ。もっとあなたの音をたくさん知りたい。ダメ。明日にだって私は同じものしか聞かせてあげられない。それにね、私はもうダメ。明後日にはないかもしれない。
Her lips whispered, they're shaking softly, as if afraid. Yeah, this is like really fucking suck situation to be in. The modest curtain of night fell. Countless lights were born and flew through the city. Night came to the nearby apartments. Its only merit was a relative silence. Ati thought about returning to the storehouse, but she was already at Gee's apartment. So was Kia. The room's surveillance and protection remained entrusted to that boyish bird. She would understood a little more about Kia today. She was surprised by how little this girl knew. Now Ati was sure she would feel uneasy if she ever left that girl alone. Let's stick together until Kia returns. She whispered that inside her mouth, so that Kia couldn't hear her.
ただい
Kia's expression changed before he could even finish. Yeah, that was like really sudden.
あつ
おかえりドクター。きちんとお留守番した二人を褒めて。
Yep.
おかえりなさい。あのね、キー。今日実は。
なんでもないのさ。ギー先生はもう夕食は済ませたの？キーヤのミートローフは絶品だよ。
Wow, she's so trying to cover it up. They weren't supposed to go anywhere.
ね、どうしても気になったから。
Her laugh was dry and forced. She would wanted to avoid saying they would go out, but Kia was such an honest girl. Ati couldn't blame her. She can't stand not telling him about Dorothy. I can see it in her eyes. Ati had already half given up during the long conversation with Dorothy. She was sure it would end that way. She knew Kia would ask him to heal the girl, She would make a request of that man. This weird cracking dog.
アティに来てもらって言ったの。
外に出たのかい？
はい。
キーヤ、僕は書き置きを残したね。なんと書いてあった？
留守番をって。
アティがいたからいいものの、都市は君が思うよりも危険だ。決して一人では出歩かないように。
はい。
They were like brother and sister, or perhaps father and daughter. That weird cracking dog was becoming domesticated. Ati nearly laughed, but held it in. Even a cat could read this atmosphere.
それで何かな？僕に話がある顔だね。
そうなの。ギーにお願いがあるの。お金はきっと払うから。アリサのところで働いて、それできっとお金を払うから。
I'm sure you would have like a lot of weird people going to you if you work at Alisa's place. I'm pretty sure that half of the city will know you very well.
ダメ。ダメだ。冗談でもそんなことは言わないこと。
そうそう、やめときなキーヤ。あんな女のところで働いたら不幸だよ。
アティ。
ごめんなさい。連れて行ったのは私だもの。キーヤを叱らないでやって。
僕に彼女を叱る権利はないよ。預かっているだけだからね。
He's blushing. What the hell?
黙って置いていったのはすまなかった。しかし、無茶をしないでくれ。それで、僕への依頼とは何かな？厄介ごとに巻き込まれたとか？
キーヤに聞いてあげて。厄介事かどうかは何とも言えない。
キーヤ。
Gee's gaze was fixed on Kia, and the girl gazed back at him. Rare things that happen. She was neither a smile nor that mysterious expression. Kia looked at Gee a little differently from before. Her eyes were pledging, wishing for something.
なんだかな。短い間に随分距離が縮んだね。別に嫉妬してるわけじゃないけどさ。ほんと不思議な子。
Yeah, sure. You're truly a tsundere cat. I love you, Ati. You're great. In truth, she was perfectly aware of her jealousy. Ati shrugged her shoulders.
ドロシーという人がいるの。第一公園の住宅に住んでいる人。とても困っているの。お願いキー、お願い。ドロシーを助けてあげて。きっと病気にかかっているのだと思うから。あなたならきっと助けてあげられる。
理病者か。
His gaze moved to Ati. He desired an explanation. What should she say? Even the Phenom equation couldn't do everything.
隠しても仕方ないか。言っても誰も損はしないし、上層兵に告げ口なんかしないだろうし。
She was an Aburites host and a fallen aristocrat. Reporting her would probably net anyone a good deal of cash. However, Ati wouldn't do that. Saving one-time money had no real meaning. More importantly, she would never go to the upper tier to report it.
その子、樹下病にかかってるの。進度はかなりのもの。体表にツタがはっきり現出しちゃってる。本人も分かってはいるみたい。
進度さんか。
Step 3. Huh. He's really like concerned about that, but I think he's thinking that he might be able to help, but it would be really difficult. That's what I judge from this. From his voice, right there,
進度さんか。
and his face.
あれ、何？
I think that's the case.
ギー、こんな風な顔するの？
For one moment, Guy had shown a pain expression. In the past, this man's face had always remained calm and composed, no matter what sort of host. He was what? Desensitized. I can't read that, sorry. To the infections of others. He would only grasp the nature of the illness and leave it at that. He even said so himself, but now his expression was clearly warped.
何かあるの？
Aboritis. Come to think of it, there are those 3 orphans. Those kids give supports. I'm pretty sure they cut it too. Oh, okay. So he knows what it is to try and help someone with this. And the kids had to basically lose their arms and legs and get the artificial limbs. So maybe this is actually impossible to help Dorothy, since even kids needed to sacrifice their limbs to live.
そうか。樹化病ともなれば厄介だな。開花は近いのかい？
Oh?
見る限りはまだみたい。でも本人は近いと思ってるかも。
いつだと言っていた？
明日は大丈夫だって。明後日にはもうここにはいないって。
進度が進みすぎている。それではクラッキングでも手に負えないな。
Yep.
キーアティ何の話をしてるの？
Yep, she would die.
その子の病気の話だよ。精神の衰弱は樹化を激しく進行させる。諦めたのならもうそれ残念だがね。
Yes, it's already over. The Yoki's seed are fed by the human soul. The 41 creatures that scattered calamities across the city. One of them was Yoki's blood tree, the source of Aboritis. Okay, that's nice piece of info. It multiplied to no end, eating away at the heart and body, and eventually bursting out of its living host. If discovered in its early stages, it could be dealt with, like he would done for Parul, Lupo and Polun. Still, he didn't solve the fundamental problem. Aboritis changed the person's way of being. It was mutation of no one's very nature. Infected arms and feet could be replaced with engine limbs, but if seeds of its core existence had already invaded them, the vines would eventually devour their bodies.
言った通りだ。悪いが僕にできることはない。
キーでもあの人苦しんでいるの。
できることはない。僕は今そう言ったはずだ。
His voice is cold.
そんな言い方しなくてもいいじゃない。ギー、いつもと反応違うよ。
違わない。
もしかして何かあるの？君、樹化病に特別な思い入れでも？
僕は事実を言っている。それだけだ。進度の進んだ樹化病にはクラックも無意味。ただ、それだけのことだよ。
I wonder if that clown
余
can
計な
help
詮
him.
索はやめてくれ。
That his power.
あれ？なんでこんな反応なのさ。躍起になって3人の子供とか世話して少ないシリング費やしてるのにさ。変だ。これじゃまるで普通の仮想民。ギーじゃないみたい。
Ati thought of a question. She opened her lips to ask him, but the words wouldn't come out. Not after she saw Guy's expression. Wow, he's kinda pissed.
あれ、話しかけるな、何も聞くなって。君、
Yeah.
そういう顔もできるんだ。へえ、そうなの。
A very normal reaction for anyone other than Guy. He wouldn't expend money and labor on something he knew to be hopeless. Most of the people living in the lower tiers would have had the same reaction. Ati knew that well. She often had to make decisions like this herself, without letting her emotions show. But this is Guy, the weirdo, no one else. He continued the unlucrative travels day after day, and was always poor despite being an equation user. And yet, he wouldn't stop walking around the lower tiers. He was always traveling, and if refusing to give up on something. So, what was with that expression, that posture, those cold words?
あっそ、わかった。 帰る。
I'm going home to where? I have no fixed place to sleep.
キー、やめて。
Oh?
そんな風にアティに言わないで。言いつけを破ったのはキーヤなのに。
A white hand grabbed into Guy reconstructed cloak. Okay. Now we got the name of this cloak of his. But it's like the weird with the symbols and stuff inside. It might be the aesthetics because her dress also have this kind of aesthetic. But yeah, it's called reconstructed cloak. Interesting. Strongly, as if condemning him. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Sorry. Ati had already started to leave, but stopped when she noticed something was
僕は
wrong.
事実を言っただけだよ、キーヤ。アティがどうかは関係ない。
やめて。
何をだい？
そう。わかったわ。キーがそんなにアティに意地悪するなら、一緒に寝させてあげませんから。
Wait, what the fuck?
今夜はアティはキーヤと寝ます。
Eh? Like, yeah, that's my reaction. Like, what the fuck? Eh? What is she? Eh? What does that mean?
そうか。
いや、そうかじゃなくて。何の話をしてるの、キア？
さあ、こんなに冷たいギーのことは放って、私たちは仲良くしましょう。
Yeah, okay? Like, why? What's your idea? I guess that was just the idea for like, letting Ati be at home, basically, to prevent her from leaving. Eh? Why? Why did this suddenly? Ati just wasn't prepared for her to say something like that so suddenly. Ati just wasn't ready for it. She couldn't understand Kia's logic. While she was hesitating, something tugged at her hand. Together, they rushed up to the second floor, toward the bed and right into it. Then, those pink eyes gazed at her intently. Huh? Oh. Oh. This is beautiful and so cute. I love it. I love it. Holy shit. This is perfect. I needed that. Oh. She's like a mother.
あれ？こういうことでいいの？
ふかふかでしょ。お昼前にお外で干しておいたから。
あれ？
どうしたのアーティ？びっくりした顔をしてるわ。
まあそうよね。びっくりした。普通はこうだものね。
何か？
いいの。うん、いいから。こっちの話だ。
Personal stuff.
いいんだってば、黙っておやすみ。夜更かしが過ぎるといい女になれないさ。
A guest bed. It wasn't made for two adults to sleep in, but the sheets and blanket were much better than those in a cheap apartment. She lay down with Kia. She felt the slender girl's warmth beside her.
仲のいい姉妹のよう。それともまさか母と娘？冗談。
Yeah. Yep. I think that's like the second one. I think this is more like this. Ati looked at the girls beside her. The pink eyes gazed towards her intently. Those big eyes were reflected by her own golden eye. She was trying to say something. Ati noticed that and realized. That must have been why she stopped her from going home. Kia. The girl who gazed at Guy. Her pink gaze followed the man. That was why she felt so surprised. She would thought that Kia had no interest in her.
何かを言おうとしてる瞳。私に。呼び止めたのはなぜ？しかもあのタイミングでさ、私を。
アッティ、
何？
あなたに一つお願いがあるの。あ、黒猫さんに依頼があるのよ。依頼じゃないとダメだって聞いたから。
Huh, so she won't like give her some kind of job as a runner,
依頼。
I think.
依頼。
A slightly weird pronunciation. That probably had to do with where the mysterious girl had been raised. Or was the word just that crude? A request. That was the way contracts were made with the Black Cat. But for this girl to... Ati thought it was a strange subject. Quite strange. She would have requests from even younger children before, and yet she wondered, why her? It doesn't suit her at all. Kia, a mysterious girl, her life had nothing to do with runners. Ati could tell that from her face and eyes, but...
何を依頼したいのさ。
She couldn't hear Kia's whispering voice. Ati closed her eyes and listened. Her hearing was sharper now than when she was human.
キーを嫌いにならないでね。お願い。
Oh.
キーを嫌いにならないで。何それ？
ダメ？
ダメなんて言わないけどさ。それ言うためにわざわざ引き止めて？そうなの？
ダメ？
薄赤色の瞳はまっすぐ真剣な様子で私を見つめる。ダメじゃないけどさ、別にさっきだって嫌ったわけじゃないし、ギーああなると話しかけても返さないし、一緒にいても意味ないなって思っただけで、嫌いとかどうとかじゃないのさ。
よかった。
This is a great episode. Kia smiled while having a sigh of relief. I was just so surprised. Her request was, don't grow to hate him.
じゃあ約束ね。ギーのことを嫌いにならないで。
ああ、もうそんなに機嫌のいい笑顔をされたら。
And Tati smiled.
ずいぶんこだわるね、依頼にさ。いいけど別に。高いからね、私の依頼料は。
頑張って払います。でもちょっとだけ待って。
ダメ、待てない。
そう。
待たないからね。明日の朝には用意して。たまには卵は茹でたやつもいいかしら。できれば半熟で。用意できない？依頼料。
用意するわ。ありがとうアティ、大好き。
そっか、大好きか。照れるね。
ね、それじゃあ。
まだ何か？いいよ、何でも言ってごらんよ。
じゃあもう一つだけお願いしてもいい？依頼。明日の朝食もつけるから。
あれれ？追加依頼？
Wow. They're so happy
わかっ
together.
た。私の負け。意外とたくましい女だね、キーヤ。本当に可愛い顔してさ、無防備な笑顔を振りまいちゃって。嫌いじゃないけどさ。
What I find, though, in this picture that it's weird. I don't know if you can spot it. What's weird with this picture? And really kinda not fitting. She's looking at the camera. She's looking at us. I feel like it would have way better impression if it would be drawn to like her watching at Kia's. Like her eyes should be like at this position here and looking at Kia's face. Because looking at us, it doesn't make sense. It's like there's someone and like looking at them and she's just looking at this person and talking to him. It's the only thing that makes me like, why? Why? This is a great piece of art, don't make me wrong. This is freaking amazing. But to the context of the story, without context, this is amazing. With the context, it's great, but, you know. When you show me the first slide, Well, I don't dislike it. Oh, and we have new Sekiens and creatures. Okay, let's save. Because as we all know, these puzzles can be really fucked up. Oh my god, this is going to be really bad. Also, we have to like, so this is actual puzzle. We have two people here. This is probably Dorothy, and this one is Kia. Yeah, because this is hair colors, and Kia, of course, has blonde hair, and white and black here with some golden. Yep. So we have some guy here, and we don't have him here, so I don't know what's his name. I wonder. Okay, so to not limit our options, I will go with Dorothy first, because seems like we have the most options out of her. And Guy is giving up again. Dorothy, so
貴族たちは嘘をついている。都市インガノックを支配する上層貴族。彼らは皆嘘をついている。
okay. Yeah, you are like from the upper tier, so I want to know information from the first hand.
上層貴族の証であるノーブルタトゥー。私の体にも彫り込まれている。それは嘘の塊でしかない。クリッタンや幻想生物などがもたらす未知の病を完全に防ぐだなんて嘘。こんなものただの気休めに過ぎない。
Oh.
貴族たちは嘘をついている。貴族の生命は何よりも優先されると彼らは言うけれど、本当は違う。
Yep.
気休めに過ぎないノーブルタトゥーが効かずに異形の病に利病した者がいたら、彼らはすぐさま殺そうとする。都市法にのっとって利病者を出した一族ごと処刑されてしまう。
That's fucked
だ
up.
から私は捨てられた。父様と母様に
Yep, I suspected that.
壊れたおもちゃを捨てるように簡単に上層から投げ捨てられて、そして私は彼に拾われた。でも彼も嘘をついてる。
Oh, so this new guy that we saw her, then this is the person who picked her up.
私の周りは嘘ばかり。
Interesting. Smith lies. So it's only hand. Hand gives only Guy. Guy is giving this. I will go with hand because it gives us three options. About Sekiens and creatures. Some information was recorded about the 41 creatures. 10 years ago they materialized. They started killing off a subset of city population. A subset of humans, namely Sekiens and their descendants. It's said that the creatures presently sought them out until they devoured all of them, and their terror. Their number isn't recorded, but it was probably less than 100. And after that, the creatures turned their fangs towards other humans. That's the recorded information, but the truth is different. Only a certain kind of creature reacted to Sekiens and their descendants. Large creature, which creates endless duplicates of itself. Ah, okay. That name is Blood 3. Oh, so this is the one that makes seeds and make this illness to spread. A large creature which attacks people simply by breeding. So, okay, I can go with her again or with him. I go with her.
それなのに彼は私にこう言うの。大丈夫、君はオルガンを弾いていなさい。そういうの。嘘つき。私は知っている。彼が仮想民の中でも浮いた存在であって、ろくに仕事を得られない身であることを。 彼
Hmm.
は正教人だから
Oh.
少なからず仮想でも差別される。
Okay.
それさえも彼は私に言おうとはしない。
Interesting. Oh wow. She's just closing up the whole puzzle. So I'll go with Guy because he once again giving more options. And we apparently got a very good job with lighting up these two.
機械使い。その噂のほとんどは英雄的人物を示す。曰く伝説の腕前を持つランナーであるとか。
You are the Kikai user.
中でも信憑性の高いものはかつてのクリッター討伐に関わった人物。ストリートナイト。都市最強最速を謳われた路地の騎士。全身にクラックエンジンを埋め込んだエンジンヒューマン。事実かどうかはわからない。僕には。だが僕は機械使いを知っている。一度だけ見たことがある。
Okay. And who is that?
この10年間に一度だけ目にしたことがある。大蛇のモンスターであるナーガを切り裂く影。背後に黒いものを従えた一人の男。男の背後の影。すなわち機械は大蛇を容易に破壊した。上層兵の撃つ無数の銃弾に耐えたそれをクリ
Huh.
ッターにさえ及ぶと呼ばれたナーガはいとも簡単に。そして男は笑っていたのだ。ケルカ。
Kerkan.
男の名を僕は知っている。男はかつて都市法の執行官だ。幾百人もの命を奪った男。きっと今も。
Don't tell me this is Kerkan. Is his name Kerkan, actually? I want to click him, but this gives some more options. In case if we get stuck. Crack engines and healing. At present, runners, drug gangs, and upper tier soldiers all own crack engines. They give a strong impression of heightened battle strength. They were originally developed as artificial limbs for medical purposes. Those machines were meant to make up for lost bodily functions without being rejected or overboarding the body. In the lower tiers, victims of accidents, creature attacks, mutations, or other strange diseases very often have these. Most medical crack engines would be highly prized, where the genuinely upper tier approval goods. Therefore, the people of the lower tiers obtain cheap, illegal crack engines from back alley doctors and markets. Although it's a wide open secret. As said, there are engine factories which must produce cheap crack engines for the lower tiers. Unlike genuine ones, they are very likely to be rejected or overburden the user. The city's upper tier maintains its silence on this matter. They don't care, basically. Okay. Guy, once again.
幼獣。それは人の精神と肉体を侵食する異様。恐るべきクリッター、ブラッドツリー。人に取り付く死の種子。それはやがて育ちきって人を殺す。僕は149例を目にしてきた。
Oh, 149. So you have quite a story with them. That's why you reacted like that for Dorothy. Probably most of them died. And you know how.
僕は149人を救えなかった。
Yep. Yep.
今まで149人。僕は自家病の利病者を救えなかった。存在の形質変異を引き起こす病に対して肉体を置換修復するクラッキングは通じない。何もできなかった。クラッキングによる肉体の正常化とクラックエンジンへの置き換えによる切り離し、それだけが唯一の対処法だ。
I wonder if he can deal with it with the Kikai's help.
パルたちのように。それ以外には何をすることもできない。肉体を侵食する種子を取り払っても精神に根ざした種子は拭えない。 精神の根幹が侵食されて絶望だけが残った時に育ちきった芽は弾けるのだ。今までに149人救えなかったのだ。
Can't save everyone. So this is... Oh, that they fucked up. Let's hope not. Let's go with him. Is this like... This is Kirkan. He's the Kikai user that he knows. And he picked up Dorothy. Plot thickens. This is... Okay, it's going to be a huge meeting. It's going to be really huge meeting.
この俺、かつては年法の執行官として仮想にあまたの死をもたらしたこの俺だ。
I like his voice.
やっていることは変わらねえさ。俺は殺すだけだ。世間じゃ美しいものだなんだと大層な理屈をつけちゃいるが、機械は力だ。それ以外の何でもない。俺たちはそれを振るうために選ばれた。命を奪い取り殺すためだけの力だ。あいつらは機械はそれだけの存在だ。
Interesting. So I would say that we're going to get the meeting between Guy and Kirkan, and they will have like totally different opinion on Kikai. Guy probably will figure out how to use his Kikai for healing, and it will just like being really different from what Kirkan thought at this point. They will like go to agree some kind of like fight between each other probably for how the Kikai are supposed to be used. Maybe he will have like mental breakdown because he used his Kikai only for killing.
少なくともこの俺にとってはそうだ。
Yep, there he said it. At least for him.
俺以外の機械使いの場合も大して変わるもんじゃない。あいつらは俺の獲物だ。出会えば必ず殺す。
Well, shit. Guy, you don't want to meet him. And I fucked up. Restart. I'm sorry, guys. I fucked up. Because we know that we have to do this like perfectly in order to go anywhere further in the story, like we had with Kia's decision before. Once again, I will start with her. Yep. I will just skip it. Yep. Now, what should I do? We didn't hurt Kia before. Maybe I should... Actually, she was talking about Kirkan, right? Maybe I'll go with him.
中でも信憑性の高いものは
Yep.
ストリートナイト。
Yep, okay. We know this. And after this, we'll go for Kirkan.
機械、それは俺だ。や、聖剣。
Maybe that's gonna help. And now, yes, okay. And now this will open up the rest of them. Yep. Yep, okay, we know that. That's the first one. And now, maybe I should actually go with the mask? Nah, I will go with Dorothy and then try to Kia. Okay, yep, that we know as well. Okay, never mind, Kia is closing the conversation, so we don't want that. I'll go with this because we didn't read that yet. Oh no, this is about healing and cracking things. Okay. So we know that. Okay, he opens up new options.
それは
This is the about Yoki. We know that. You're probably like getting out of your minds, looking at me, trying to figure out the
クラッキ
puzzle.
ング使いそれにクラッキングドッグ
Oh, okay. So he have like informations about them as well. It will be so fucking amazing moment when he meets Gi, who is both Phantom Equation user, Cracking Dog, and also Kika user.
この俺もクラッキングはいくらか使うもっとも破壊専門だがな
Yeah, I
クラ
guess
ッ
so.
キングドッグせっかく脳に刻み込んだ理論をクラッキングを仮に変える連中奴らの数は多くない数少ない連中のほとんどは上層お抱えの御殿以下第一層第二層の起業家どもにひっついてシリングを吸う
Oh, so that's why you... maybe he want to help Dorothy actually. And he just cannot get any Cracking Dog because they are like from the upper tiers and he don't know about Gi.
金の亡者だ力が何かも分かっちゃいねえ気に入らねえ中でも一番気に入らねえのはただ同然でそれを使う巡回医師だ
Okay, never mind, he knows him.
てめえだよドクターギークソより匂う偽善をいつまで続ける
The fuck you mean? You're just like disliked people who goes for money and the person who doing this for free is getting like bashing? What the fuck? What's your problem? And... load... Okay, guys, I will cut and go back when I get the new information, basically. Okay? I will be back. Hey, I'm not that further actually, and as a second choice, basically, I chose to click Kia, so there we are. But I might just make a cut after this because, yeah, we know a lot of text from around, at least the first ones. Yep.
盛況の曲が好き。バイオリンの音が好きなの。ピアノもオルガンも好き。
Okay, so I was wrong about her hearing only song from Dorothy.
教会音楽というのも好き。迫力があって荘厳な響き。歌も好き。歌なら少しはできる。
I want to hear that. I want to hear that. Please, please give us Kia's song.
あ
Please.
の子のオルガンに合わせて歌ってみたい。頑張らないと無理だけれど、綺麗な音色になるような気がする。でもあの子は誰にも聞かせてはくれない。綺麗なオルガンをスミスさんにさえ。
Smithson? Who is that? Okay. Probably gonna cut. Once again. Okay, we are back once again. Last time I decided to go more for the hand information because each time we ended up with hand as the last choice. So maybe we'll use like all of them yearly and it will disappear and it will be fine. So let's go and talk about Creature Blood Tree. It was given the name of vampiric plant from the Southern Sea, with similar characteristics. It's the only creature out of all 41 which can breathe. Colloquially, it's often called Yoki, which means bewitching tree. Those vines, constructed of undulating blacks and reds, they are spotted within the city's lower tier from time to time. It was disgusting, but somewhat illusionary, it was said to hold a certain beauty. However, that's just what produced the seeds. It isn't the creature's main body. Sites of Blood Tree's main body ended 10 years ago. The only thing he ever witnessed in the lower tiers came from the seeds that Blood Tree main bodies once scattered. It stayed hidden for all the time. This creature produced false bodies of itself through either reproductive diversion or seed scattering. The seed it scatters, when it appeared 10 years ago, are floating as dormant particles in the city's lower tiers. They possess anyone with weakened vitality, young or old. Then they suck out their host's nutrition, grow by stealing their mind and body, and eventually boost apart, scattering more seeds at the moment of death. But in the most cases, enforcers of city law killed the host before that happened. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. This creature is the most famous in the city's lower tier, and has produced most casualties. 149, right, Key? Probably more, but these are the cases that Guy knows. It does nothing but grow until its host dies, but if anyone tries to cut it off, the vines will attack. Oh, okay. So that's why you have to like cut all the limbs. Okay, I will say if I'll probably make an undercut, or maybe not. I will give myself a little note here. If you can see that on the video, then that means that I decided to not cut it for some reason, and I fucking knew it. We are like stuck again. God damn it. It's going to be cut. Yep. Okay, here we are with another cut. And let's talk about upper aristocrat protection policy. Holy shit, this puzzle is hard. Mutating illness run rampart in the city. The mythical view states there is no way to avoid the diseases which cause one's body to change into a fantastic mutant. In the lower tiers, there's a superstition that wearing oxygen masks is an effective defense, though there is no basis for that. It's said that the upper tier uses a more realistic approach. The noble tattoos engraved into upper tier aristocrat skin. In a sense, they are also proof of aristocracy. Equation patterns based on the Phenon equation. They are said to be impenetrable defense against body warping mutations. The people of lower tiers invite the tattoos. They often ask to be engraved themselves. However, the upper tier announced that it was simply performing a human experiment. The controllers, the upper tier aristocrats, were using their own bodies as test subjects, so that they could ensure it was safe. They said that the tattoos would eventually be passed on the lower tiers. There are those who believe these words, and there are those who don't. Among the aristocrats, the system for engraving tattoos is called the upper tier aristocrat protection policy. Whenever they are really human test subjects or not, it's clear after a single glance at the time. Okay, both at Guy. Let's go with Dorothy.
それなのに彼大丈夫
Yep, we know that. Please be right order.
幼児
Yep. I'm begging you, please be right order now.
そう
I go with this. Yep. Now we can again this one or go for this one. I will go actually for the hand. Okay, about arboritis. Technically, it isn't a disease. It refers to a condition inflicted by creature blood tree seeds of death. People's bodies are brought down over the course of the few years, as it eats away at the mind, steals the body away with vines, and kills the ghost. It's been reported that implantation of crack engines or the phenomenon equation can extend one's life somewhat. City law states that aborigines hosts are to be eliminated, in other words, executed. Most of the time, the people of the lower tiers hide their aborigines with artificial crack engine limbs, while fearing the death that's sure to come for them. Yes, we got rid of this freaking thing.
おぼろげな記憶がある。クリッター、ブラッドツリーに関する記憶。確かそれは10年前のこと。
So he saw the original form.
復活から1ヶ月の間に起きたこと。あの地獄の日々の一幕だ。他のクリッターと同じく、ブラッドツリーは仮想へと出現していた。そして、あの黒き死を無数に巻き続けた。その時に、ブラッドツリーの活動傾向には、とある特徴があったと、僕はおぼろげに記憶し、それは、ある特定の人間に対しての反応だ。ブラッドツリーは過剰反応を示していた。特定の人間。そう、確か。聖教の。
Okay. Okay, the only choice is Kia.
上層のことはよく知らない。貴族が住んでいるのだとか。
Huh. So this confirms that she's not from the upper tier, basically. Okay. So we can just cross it out from the suspicions that we had. So, who the hell are you? Are you actually from outside of Inganock?
一番偉い大公爵様が住んでいるとそう聞くけれど、貴族という人たちも大公爵様も私は見たことがない。どんな人たちなのだろう。王様なんておとぎ話の中くらいで。そうギーに言ったら笑われた。少し悔しい。私が冗談を言っていると彼は言った。何を指してそういうのかはわからない。ともかくギーの言葉を借りるなら、上層は気持ちの良い場所ではないって。行くことはできないし、行っても何も得られるものはない。嫌な場所。ギーがそう言っているように私には聞こえた。
Okay.
私は
Oh wait, I could click. Holy fuck, I could click Kia. I didn't check how much options it gives. Fuck.
オルガンを弾くだけで他には何を。蝕まれていく自分を感じる以外何よ。私は今日も鍵盤を弾く。音を奏でる。けれど私は不安でたまらない。心が壊れてしまう。侵食していく幼児から目をそらせない。毎朝起きるたびに水浴びをするたび、私は私の体を見てしまう。怖い。
Yeah.
私はどうなるの？誰か教えて。
Well, you know what will happen.
何をして生きることを肯定すればいい？
I don't know. Probably Guy should use like his Kikai to somehow improve his tracking.
教えて。
Maybe. And I fucked up. I should probably click Kia before. Anyway, I will finish that in the next finish this up in the next episode. So yeah. Maybe I will check the solution, but probably not. I will see you in the next episode. I will probably get to this point with the solution, and then we'll go for the different path. And yeah, I hope you like this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. So for now, Pocket Watch is going out.